We've got 9 races at Caulfield today, with all the news in Victoria obviously centring around Darren Weir and Jared McLean. The fact that all of their runners have been scratched from this weekend, in fact Friday through Monday I understand, and Racing Victoria Limited releasing statement and charges surrounding the pair, and also an additional licence holder. Ben Asgari of Racing.com, form analyst, joins us, and we can set you up for the Caulfield program by having a look at the weather and track. Ben, it's hard to know where to start. Let's start with Darren Weir. What's the latest there?
Yeah, so he's been, had obviously last night, today and tomorrow, all his runners have been scratched from the meeting at Moonee Valley, meeting at Caulfield today, and also Sale tomorrow. Stewards have given both Weir and also Jared McLean a show cause notice. They've got to appear, I think, on Monday at Racing Victoria to show cause as to why they shouldn't be stood down from training. So in the meantime, their runners have been scratched from the races this weekend. So I suppose it's an interesting one. It's probably a good thing for punters, because had they been in, there was a real cloud over the runners. I didn't really know how to assess them. I was probably going to risk them, but then not with a great deal of confidence. So I think it just, for punting confidence, having them out adds a little bit of, I think it's the best thing for all concerned.
Yeah, and race number 7, Nature Strip, was to resume. That has come out. And race number 8, Ring a Ding Ding, it was a very impressive winner of the Sandown Guineas, and we saw Longleaf, who placed third to it last week, in the Sandown Guineas, win the Karaka Million 3-year-old Classic. Okay, so the 9-race card, they're racing on a good track there, and the rail is out 9 metres. And overall, what's your assessment of the program?
It's a bit of a thin program, actually. It's not a program I've got a huge amount of confidence in. It's one of those, a bit like last week, where we've got fit, lesser quality summer horses versus classier autumn carnival prospects resuming, and it's a bit of a melting pot between the two. And small fields, not a huge amount of value. It's a meeting that I'm probably more happy to sit out and watch most of the racing, but there are a couple of races later in the day where I think there's some horses that will be hard to beat.
In race number 8, with Ring a Ding Ding and Extra Brute coming out, what do you like there?
Yeah, I'm with the race fit Tin Hat. I mentioned that it's a meeting where some of these lesser horses with race fitness on their side go around against some classier types resuming. Now, even though he's coming through lesser races, I actually think he's a pretty smart horse, Tin Hat. So with the wide draw, I think he can roll forward from that wider draw. I don't mind wide draws over 1,200 metres at Caulfield. He'll make his own luck on the speed. Despite the fact he's won weaker races, he's won in good time, and he's beaten some pretty handy types too. So I know it was a midweek race, but he had Bravo Tango and also Gold Mag behind him last time. I think he's capable of making the step up to this grade with the race fitness and the ability to put himself on speed.
It's been a bit of a fill-up for Tin Hat followers midweek at Sandown. His last 2 starts that the son of Helmet's been competing in, well named. Race number 9, how did you assess the last?
Yeah, I like it for Mr. Moneybags. Now, he was scratched from a stronger race, the Dillon Stakes last week. In favour of this option, drops back to benchmark level, and I really like the wide draw for him. He's a horse that needs galloping room. Now, he may well have gone close to beating Manolo Blahnik in the Kensington Stakes, not the Kensington, the Chester Manifold Stakes last start, had he been able to get out across his heels and out into the clear in the home straight. He was just caught on the inside of heels with Manolo Blahnik and just had no luck at all over the concluding stages. So wide draw, weaker race. He's going really well. I think he's going to be hard to beat, Mr. Moneybags. So he'd be the one I'm keen to back in the race. And I'm just going to have a little saver on Streets of Avalon, who I think might have already been looking for further last start, and third up, 1,400. He'll be up on speed and run really well. But pretty much keen on Mr. Moneybags and Tin Hat on a tricky program at Caulfield today.
Yeah, very much appreciate your thoughts there, Ben. Ben suggested bets for you, our Punters Lounge live viewers. Race 8, 10, Tin Hat. Race 9, number 7, Mr. Moneybags.